In order to make this magic video work fine, there are two things you must observe. The first thing is that you have to shoot your clip twice. As you can see, I shot the clip. The first one I was blending just water, and then the next clip I was blending pepper. And while shooting your clip, you need to record this with a tripod or find a better way to keep the camera still to avoid camera shakes. And also the position of the blender which we're blending with water must be the same with that of when you're blending with the pepper. After that, you can now import to After Effects and start working.
Okay, here we are on After Effects and you can see my two clip. The first one is the one you can see it is a video. I'm just blending an empty blender. Okay, the blender with water, you can see it here. And the next one beneath it, if I shut down the first layer, you can see the other one is one with the pepper, which we want to transform the water to. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is rename the top layer, which is the one with water, so you don't get confused, to water. Then name the one beneath it, right click and select change it to pepper. Sorry about that. So after that, you can notice the after that you need to drag the clip a little bit to the front. Well, this is because when the clip started, we never actually, when we start blending, you never, sorry about that, you never actually saw pepper. It just came out from beneath the video. Okay, and now you can notice something, that the video where I was actually blending the water ended here, but the one which I want to let me just trim this a little bit here, a little bit, this part, by pressing Alt and close brackets to trim that. But the video beneath the pepper is not in line with that of the water, so we need to make the two clip match the same. So right click on the pepper layer, go over to time and enable time remapping. And then first thing you need to do is move over to the part where you stop blending the pepper, and then select, come over here and add a keyframe. Then go back to the beginning where you start blending the pepper, but you can't see this because the top layer is on, so in order to see this you have to shut down the water layer, then you can see it. So click on the keyframe too. Then the next thing you need to do is drag the part where you stop blending from the pepper, and then drag it to the part where you stop blending at the water. So now they will match. You need to take a closer zoom with the zoom tool from here, the clip zoom tool, so you can see the level of keyframe. So now if you can see that the two clips will end at the same time, if I shut on the water, you can see that end at the same time. So once that is done, you move over to the next phase, which is called cutting of the clip, to make sure everything's okay. So there are two ways you can do this cutting of the clip. It's either you duplicate the clip and then press Alt and open bracket to cut the clip from left to right to where the keyframe, the pen, I don't know what this is called, okay, current timer indicator, and then it cuts from there from left to right. But if I want to cut from same position from here, from left to from right to left, all I have to do is just press Alt and close bracket, this cut. But what we actually want to do is cut from left to right, and once you got that, go back to the clip beneath it and then press the same button, Alt and close bracket, and here you go. You can see it, that it's cut from there. So the other way which I was saying we could do this is by using the shortcut key by pressing Okay, you can see that I've just done that by pressing Control Shift and D, not delete, Control Shift and D. So now once that is split, the next thing we want to do is create a max path around this blender so we can see what we're blending. So now to create a max path, select the pen tool from here, or just press G on your keyboard, create a shape. Let me zoom out so you can see this way, 50%. So this is on low, let me change high resolution so you can see everything. So now I'm going to create a max path around this thing here, and just create a rough one, and here you go. So the moment I did this, you can notice that you can see the pepper is at the top, you can see it, but this is not exactly what we want. What we want is the blender to go in line with, like, you need to make it play like a video where as you blending it, just like the one you see in the video, blending it, then it gradually turns into water. So pepper, the water turns into pepper. So in order to do that, you have to keyframe this. You have to keyframe this to make it look exactly like as if the water is turning gradually into the pepper. So in order to do that, you have to, first thing you need to do, click on the first layer where you had the max, where you drew the max with the pencil. Zoom over with, you need to zoom so you can see it clearly. If yours is okay, you need to zoom in. Then select back your normal hand tool, no pen tool, not that other pen tool for maxing. Select it, and then drag down this, make sure it goes down, down beneath. So then once that is done, I think this should go down a little bit, or it should be here. Oh, sorry about that, it's coming out. Once that is done, click on M on keyboard and this should appear, max path. You can use that even if the layer is closed like this, just press M on keyboard and this shows up. Press on the stopwatch to keyframe it, then move over a little bit to the front, then take it over to this part. Sorry about that. If this happens, just press Ctrl Z, select another layer and then go back to the normal layer, then move it up a little bit. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you, since this is like this, you could either change it by selecting invert and the pepper goes inside and what is outside, or you can just select add on subtract on this from here. Sorry about that, sorry, I apologize for that. So once that's up, then you need to do this same thing here. You need to do it until it gets to the top, as in you need to get to the top where the clip ended. Mind you, we've already created a keyframe that will make sure the two clips end at the same time, so we are going to create the same keyframe, because that keyframe we just created just told it that the moment it gets to this part, the blender line is going to move. You can see it's going up gradually, slowly it's moving, but it's going to stop because that was where I stopped maxing it. So now we have to max all the way to the top so as to make it look cool. So I'm going to be doing that now. Also, you notice this part of the blender is kind of shaped out. So once you get to that part, let me say you just want that. Once you got to that part, all you have to do is click on the first layer, drag it over here, drag it here, and you can see that it's not well inside the pencil. Select this area, which is it, and drag it to make sure it looks moderate. And then now that part, the shape, then we can take it up to this, to the front here where the clip ended, and then just drag the clip from here, arrange every corner you need to arrange as well, make sure it's yours look. I'm just doing this quick because this is a tutorial, I ain't got a lot of time to Once you've done that, it should look something like this. It's blending. You can see it starting slowly. It's going up. You can see it. Oh my! You can see the max, but it didn't max it out well. And that's not really the main thing. What we really want to achieve is do this. And here you go. You can see it. It's gradually turning into the pepper. So let me just do it again. You can see it. According to the keyframe, as at this keyframe it was half, and at the end of the keyframe I actually made it up to the top of the blender. So you can see this little space, but I didn't make mine look good. But that's all you need to do to turn the water to pepper. Thanks guys for watching my video, and please don't forget to subscribe, and if this video is helpful, don't also forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be posting more soon, so don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.